Okay, I'm going to try and wing this. I hadn't originally decided to make a video about this printer, but I figured, well, what the hell, since I had it this far apart, I might as well share it. So anyhow, this is a HP Hewlett Packard desk jet. This is the cover, a couple mounting holes here. These are the pieces that came off of it. Problem was the carriage here was slipping when the belt was moving, and what I found out was there we go, these little connector things that go in here had busted off. So this black piece right here, which connects to this drive belt, had come separated from this piece here, and the reason was because, well, these things just get old, and these things are actually shaped like an H. There's another piece that goes to the left that looks just like that. It's connected to it, but you can see it busted off there. It just got brittle and broke off. So fortunately, these things are made perfect for what I think are number 6 machine screw pan head bolts. I have these in my junk drawer. So what I did was, one of the things you have to do is there's a space that goes right in between here. And what I did was I used some really small O-rings, grommets, actually. Forget that, not O-ring, grommets. Just a real small grommet in between this black piece and this clear piece. That way this could be snugged down without taking a risk of snapping this thing in half. Anyhow, so now there's nuts and bolts in here. Like I say, this thing goes on to the belt. You see this little concave part, that belt feeds right through there. As I go on reassembling this thing, I'll try to stop and put this stuff in there.
So we're good.
Okay, so I guess this will be part 2 anyhow. I'm going to show you what this carriage cable looks like when it's connected to this thing. And let's see. So you can see it just kind of slips inside there. Now, obviously, I didn't have a repair manual when I did this, so when I took this thing apart, it was just trial and error pretty much. One of the things I did find was I didn't need to remove this bar here that this piece clips onto right there. See, so basically that thing clips on there. It slides back and forth with the carriage with the print head. With this. And this is the print head. And as you can see, it has these little groove things there that when it's installed in the printer onto that round bar, it slides back and forth on those. So that will snap out of there. I didn't know that. I took the bar off and I just slid the whole thing off to the end of the bar. So you don't need to do that. One thing you should do though is probably loosen up this motor mount right here. Just loosen these screws enough so you got a little bit of play on this thing here. There's going to be some play on this tension spring. This is for that drive cable. This is the motor for that drive cable right here. So basically that's how this thing works. I'll show you what it looks like from the front here if you get to it. Okay, so down here is where it rides on that bar. You can see the opening right there. This thing right here, just basically, it's got like little rubber bumpers on each end, and they just kind of fit in between here. And they push this thing back and forth. connection. So there's not like any physical mechanical connection between these two. It's just this little piece is going to ride on that bar in between that print head right there. So if this belt, if you see this belt moving, if you see that thing, that pulley turning when this belt's on there, you see the belt moving, but the print head's not, and there's a chance that it's this piece right here that's screwed up. Okay, we're going to finish up this little video here. I've got the drive belt back on. Now this thing is spring loaded right here. It's kind of hard to see if I get it to move. But anyway, you can probably see that pulley moving back and forth though against this spring right here. So what I did to get this thing on, kind of help out, was just an old little paintbrush, a wooden thing on here. And what you want to do, the video on here, you just put that on the end of the inside the belt there and just stretch it over. And then once you get it over there, just take your fingers and push it over. You might have to bend your thing out a little bit like that to get the slide on. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but gotta do it. Anyhow, so here's the piece that had broken, and we repaired it. As you can see, it snaps on right there. The other thing you might want to make sure of, sometimes this photo sensor, print sensor comes loose. It just kind of slides right down in here. So if you see something that looks like that floating around with these 3 lenses on it, that's where it goes, on this print head right here. And so again, now it's just going to be a matter of snapping this thing back into place. Oops, just like that. Hooking the cables back up and button her back down. Give you a look at the inside where the printer cartridges go. The other thing you want to make sure is these springs are still in place. There's one right here. Yeah, one right here. Okay, so anyhow, that's pretty much how this is. As far as the case goes, things pretty much snap together. There's a couple screws that go up into the top here and here on the top cover casing. But pretty much everything else just kind of snaps back into place. So, okay, so we got the printer all back together. Yeah, we're going to print out a test page here. Good as new. Hope this helps you guys out.